Hey everybody, it's David from David in Progress, where we talk about financial independence, retiring early, and living your best life from the perspective of someone who is out there actually trying to do it. And today I'm in the Needles district of Canyonlands National Park. And well, just look at this background here. You know, as my wife and I were driving into the park today, my wife said and mentioned how the canyons made her feel small, you know, in comparison to the vastness of everything that you see behind me. And it made me think, have you ever felt small? Like you were living a small life? I know I have. You know, you think about it, you graduate, you go to high school or whatever, and you're living kind of large in high school, maybe. And you go out and you get in the real world and you get that first job, and suddenly you're starting to get a little bit smaller. You know, you put on those golden handcuffs, so to speak. You buy that first car, or you start having to pay that rent, and then you get married, which is an awesome thing. But then suddenly you have responsibilities of taking care of your family and paying that mortgage and paying those credit cards and keeping up with all the people around you. And it compacts you until you start to feel small. You know, I have felt small for a very long time. And I felt like I have lived small. For many years, I've always driven a small car. I drive, I had a Honda Civic, and then we have a Honda CR-V. I drive a Subaru Outback. So in essence, small cars. I live in a small house. Relative to most people around me, the small house. And, you know, going through the years, maybe you felt this way. You see the people around you buying the big houses and getting promoted to the big jobs, and they're buying the big cars, and they're going into debt probably and all these things, but they're living large, as they say. They're doing the grind and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, perhaps you've chosen to live small, or perhaps you just feel small, like your life could be bigger. Well, in this transition to early retirement, I finally have come to the realization that although I have lived small, I can still think big. You know, living small, having the smaller house, the smaller car, and perhaps maybe the smaller job, allowed me to, in this smaller life, to have bigger dreams, that I was able to get out of debt, that I was able to save at a high rate, even though my wife worked part-time while we were raising our child. And by living small and dreaming big, it allowed us to retire early and do these things like we're doing today. So here's my encouragement for you today, is that if you feel like that you are living small, or that you just feel small in general, start thinking big. Start thinking about big things that you can do or that you could be. Years ago, I heard of it as called big, hairy, audacious goals. So you have big hags. So think of those big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, if you don't write down that goal, it's only a wish. You know, a goal without a plan is simply a wish. So what you got to do once you dream big is you got to write down that goal, and then you got to work on some steps on how to make that goal happen. And then the most important thing is you have to take massive action. Ignore the people around you that are thinking that you are living small, but in your head you know that you're dreaming big. And it won't take long that small living and your big dreams can lead to actually doing big things. So here we go. Think small, dream big, write down those goals, and then put them into action. And then you can be what God intended you to be. Hey, David here, David in Progress. Thank you so much. You know, if you would give me some comments here. What are your dreams? You know, when you think about thinking big and living big, what does that look like to you? What is your vision? What is your vision as far as living big? Leave a comment. Give me that thumbs up. do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. You help the channel a lot. And hey, man, check out this view again. Canyonlands National Park, Needles District, just gorgeous. Go do it. Live big. Thank you, my friends.